Hello, today we're gonna talk about something interesting. I decided that because the Flooded Skip 2 wiki fandom is, well, being discontinued uh, in favor of the miraheze or miraheze or whatever you call it, wiki, which is still in development. So I'm gonna slowly go over like every update FE2's had since its on initial start of development until now, and I'll mention some both interesting details about them and some, well, interesting memories I have of these changes. So let's begin. 2016. Well, I didn't really know about FE2 at the time. It apparently began development in October 19th of this year. Here's our screenshot of test map, the oxygen system. First screenshot of a head spin emote. First screenshot of hop emote, which I have no idea what this emote is. Oh, that's the default one. Oh, yeah. Alright. And it's confirmed on Twitter that it's gonna be released. So that's basically it for 2016. I don't have anything else to really comment because there's so little. Moving on, 2017. Screenshot of shop. That is an obvious feature you would add to a game. First iteration of Rusted Tank. It's alright, I guess. I don't really have much to say. In fact, I think I'm gonna go skip over most of this stuff because it's really nothing that interesting. It's like new map, new emote, new tank, yada yada yada. So I'll just go straight to the game's release date, which is September 10th of 2017, when the game finally released to the public in beta form. Before the game released into beta form for everyone to play, it was an alpha stage, and I remember my brother played the game before it went beta. I did not know about the game yet, but I did see him play it a little bit. I had like no interest in it. I probably did try it once or twice. I don't know. I don't remember, to be honest. It was so long ago. It still had that lobby which was like just a lift with difficulties, and that's it. It was a good time. Anyway, moving on. The first actual update, Insane Lock. Now, this feature is obviously very important in the yearly game because, you know, it wouldn't have been fun to be stuck on playing easy, normal, and hard maps forever and ever because everyone was new at the game and they weren't that great at surviving maps, so reaching the highest difficulty was pretty tough. So this update was really good. Drop shadow for precision jumps. I'm not too sure what this does. I'm not sure it's even helped much either because you could barely even see the shadow if you played on lower graphics. New hard map Autumn Hideaway, Decrepit Seas, wall jumping, which it wasn't used in any levels at the time, just in the lobby. I remember this, like, I was confused why the hell the lobby had wall jumps but never had maps with them until Darkside Facility came around in November. I started about like maybe a week or two prior to Darkside Facility's release. Because I know damn well I wasn't really good at the game. I was like level 10 at most. So I only had played easies, normals, and hards up till that point. I had not even seen an insane map in that whole time period. It was extremely rare, actually. People were really poor back then. Like, nobody had Robux to spend on gems. And leveling up gave 5 gems per level, so it'd take 2 level ups to to lock the lift one time. It was just a poor economic decision. Everyone in the game was poor. Literally. And the point is, when you add new shop items, for example, and they cost like several hundred gems, there was literally no chance you could actually buy them. Even by reaching the maximum level at the time, which was level 100. I distinctly remember that you could only earn up to about 495 gems. So not even 500. And the most expensive item cost at the time 600 gems. And it was that, oof head. The one with a hat, not that big yellow one, That's the one that cost the most at the time. It was very pricey. Intermissions between the maps. Yeah, before this update, the maps used to just instantly load to the next map without any indication. So if you were distracted, you would not notice that the map switched and it'd be late on the start of it. Thankfully, this change was added. It made life so much better. Shorten respawn time. Yeah, this caused a glitch, a speed glitch, which you could, when you respawn, you could just spam your keyboard to move in a circle while your character was respawning. And it would give you a small speed glitch. It wasn't powerful or anything, it was so tiny, well, not strong, but it was noticeable that you had it. And it definitely made certain jumps easier. Wild Savannah, the second map to ever use wall jumps. After Darkside Facility, of course. Which is, I think, the first map of wall jumps that I have ever beaten. Also, it's the first map I have ever seen on FE2 map test at the time as well. The Northern Workshop. That was a nostalgic map, but I remember back when this first released, Crazy Blocks also added a tank, I'm pretty sure, in the same update, if not. Or was it in 2018? I don't remember, but he added this Christmas tank. And I remember that one year I was too lazy to grind the coins to get it. So that next year I decided I'd get it finally. It took a whole year of waiting to finally get the tank. And the only reason I wanted it is because I didn't have it. Because of my laziness. Anyway, 2018. The year of where FE2 peaked. First of all, we start with a labyrinth event, I guess. With Forgotten Tombs. Again, this update was not very big, but it actually made me even more interested in the game. Because it was... I used to do these Roblox events. They were like every month. They would select a handful of games and then just give them rewards. I was surprised that Flood Escape 2 got picked because it was a pretty new game at the time. Surprise, surprise. And usually Roblox would have given those items to some other game like Shark Bite or Blocks Hunt. You know, those old games that everyone knew at the time. Nowadays they're all dead. Well, some of them like Flee Facility still thrive, but you get my point. But they barely changed since then. They have remained mostly the same. So anyway, badges for insane maps. Oh yeah, I remember I had beaten like a couple insane maps before this change. It's not much of a change, it's like a cherry on top of a cake. And I know damn well that I had beaten 4 out of the 6 insane maps before this update. I had beaten Familiar Ruins, Abandoned Facility, Lost Desert, and Gloomy Manor. My first insane map was Gloomy Manor. Second was Familiar Ruins, then Abandoned Facility, and then Lost Desert. Shortly after I beat Lost Desert, I also managed to beat Sinking Ship, which I was very excited about, and like my wrist was in pain from all the camera movement I had to do. I didn't even know how to use shift lock at the time, which is crazy. Now I can't live without it. It's literally the most important thing in obbying. It's crazy. And of course I beat Dark Facility last, like a month after the badges came out for them. Familiar Ruins got updated, Lava Tower got a little bit of an extension, I'd say. The gameplay got better. The ladders at the end of Lava Tower used to be so ass. You couldn't ladder jump on them, so you had to climb them slowly. It was annoying. Same issue was prevalent on Infiltration as well, which they changed to a truss in sometime in 2021. Thankfully. Anyway, moving on. Mysterium. This map was... I first beat this map before it even got added into the game. It was called Enigmatic Mines. It was an FE2 map test map, like a whole 2 months before it even got added to the game. I beat it roughly a couple weeks before it got added, so I was surprised it got renamed. But I think Mysterium sounds a lot better and cooler, so I don't disagree with the choice. Buff to benefit 30, yeah. If you remember back then, benefit facility used to just be like, you would go forth and back through the starting room. So if you weren't going for the button, you could have just stood AFK, went to the air bubble, and then swam to the end of the map. All within like 20 seconds, let's say. If you didn't press any buttons and let everyone else do the work. It was the freest insane map you could beat while being carried. Freest. That's why this buff happened, so you would actually have to go at least a bit closer to the button and leave the main room. So, and that's how the benefits there looks currently, mostly. For the most part. Fan art board. Oh yeah, I remember all that Lugia fan art there was on the walls. And some other art. Not gonna lie, I think this feature was pretty decent. I just had the wish that they had added more fan art rather than recycling the same one for years and years. Like, switch it out at some point in time. I don't know. Well, it got removed at some point later on because of allegations against one of the most biggest fan art creators. We won't mention them. We already mentioned them. Whatever, doesn't matter. However, this change here, new player titles, and this change, XP award and mob survival rather than needing to reset. These two changes were, at first, I didn't really like this part here, but I really liked this. I especially grew to like this after the Rebirth update, because it made me see how fun it is to fill the bar up slowly, inching every map. Too bad that's not a thing nowadays. I wish this was still the case. Max XP cap reduced. Yep, it was harder to level up back then. I was like level 56 or 57 when this nerf happened. After then, I was getting levels much easier. It was nice. Secret area updated. I don't even remember what it looked like. I didn't really pay attention to it. Goat, 2018. Beneath the Runes update. My first ever YouTube video on this YouTube channel was the search for this map. It was just like a 10-minute gameplay where I got like one attempt on this map and died miserably. I mean, what did I expect, to be honest? I was lagging like hell using the Roblox recorder at the time. It was so pitiful. It was borderline unplayable, actually, is what I would say. VIP Game Pass. Totally not overpriced. Used to give skin, emote, aura, and tank. And gems during gameplay. Well, now it gives a buddy and another skin along with these items here. And that's, I think, a massive upgrade considering the price has remained the same since. Of course, at the time I did not buy the Game Pass because, well, first of all, I did not have access to buying Roblox gift cards in where I live, first and foremost. Second of all, I did not steal my mom's credit card for this. I did not. I did not even know how to make payments online at all. Well, I was like 13 at the time, so I don't know. I had lived without internet access until I was like 11 years old. I got internet access at home when I was 12. And the first time I used the internet was at the age of 10? With question marks, because I went to the public library. I won't talk about that too much. This video is gonna drag on forever if I do. Rebirthing. Best feature ever. Poorest execution ever. I don't know why he came up with rebirthing instead of simply continuing the levels going up by from 100 to 101, 102, 103, and keep going like that. I really don't know why he chose to do the rebirth option. I mean, at the time, back when this change came out, it was simulators were on the rise, and their main feature for progression, making everything faster. Granted, it wasn't mandatory for progression. It just made it faster if you chose to rebirth. It gave you benefits and such. In FE2's case, however, it gave nothing. Allow you to earn more gems. This was the most misleading sentence ever. I actually seen people even in 2020 keep asking questions if rebirths gave more gems. They do not. You still get the same 5 gems per level. Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. And rebirths are still pointless till this day. Except you get badges, of course, but you get my point. Survival timer. The most useful feature ever. This feature is probably the least controversial feature of all time. Nobody had any problems with it. There was like a small issue with it, but it was resolved at some point. Lobby details updated, UI, wall jumps, have sound effects. I love this feature, bro. It really helps me teleport when I'm actually on the wall jump. When I hear the sound effect that I got on the wall jump, I can immediately just press space and jump off. It helps me identify when I need to jump. Low detail mode. Another go-to update. I really loved it at the time because it had this small button at the top of the screen saying close the menu. Like, you could close out the bottom like menu UI and it lets you play the game without it in the way. And at the top, it would still show how much air you had. So it was a lot better than the current, like, remove UI but command. I can't even use it because I don't have chat on Roblox now. But yeah, it was much better than the current /UI command. Because it still showed how much air you have. This one currently does not show how much air you have. The only way to know if you actually survived the map either is if you got the rescue and you heard the sound effect for completing it. I wish there was a sound effect for beating a map, like just make a sound effect or something, like Tria has it. Make something, please. It would be useful. Sinking ship and Lost Desert revamps. These revamps are really good. Lost Desert used to look like crap, I won't lie. It was pretty dark, hard to see. But it actually like represented a desert during a desert storm. Like, it was more so like a storm desert than simply a lost desert. The revamp made it more to a lost desert where it had ruins like pillars buried under the sand, etc., etc. It made it more like the map's name was closer to that, so it was a lot better. Poisonous Valley. Initially, I thought this map was definitely special. It was just another easy map, but it has hidden lore, like guide poisoning the waterfall in the map, which is why it became Poisonous Valley in the first place. People had known about that before the map even got added to the game, which is the funny thing, because they found it immediately in the main game afterwards. T-pose. This was the first ever gem emote to be added to the game. And it was also the first gem emote that I ever bought without the AP Game Pass. I did not have the AP Game Pass at the time. Also, this game emote allowed you to spam the sound effect. So whoever was using this was literally farting non-stop in the game, basically. It was so fun to do that. It was so fun to do that. I swear. I won't cover map test updates because like they're the same things basically for most part. New button markers. At first, when they were added, I did not really like them. But later, in like 2019, I got used to them and started liking them. And I think they do function way better than the old ones. The thing I didn't like, however, was the pitch, which I still don't like till this day. I don't like the pitch effect. Just being honest, I don't like the pitch. And I wish there was an option to get rid of it, the pitch. Drop shadows. Again, I don't know what this did. I was playing on low detail, it had like no shadows or whatnot. So it doesn't matter. Sedimentary Temple. This map used to be an insane before it got added to the game. And had a different name as well. I don't remember what it was. Something like jungle something. Although it didn't look like a jungle whatsoever. So I don't know. New auras. A coin aura and a gem aura. The gem aura was so expensive. But after I had bought VIP, I got all of these. So, yeah. Spooky update. In 2018, Halloween items are back on sale until end of October. Yeah. That was 2 auras and I think... What was it? I think it was just a couple of auras, honestly. That's all it was, really. The Halloween lobby was nice. The winter update just returned the festive tank, which I did finally end up buying. So yeah. It was finally the day I got the tank that I desired for over a year. Forgotten Tombs got returned too, like, it was removed after, like, the Labyrinth event ended. I don't know why it got removed in the first place, but it came back, so no harm done, huh? It's still a good map till this day. It's one of the shortest maps in the game too. Has a few good shortcuts. I still enjoy it. Northern Workshop got revamped. It got revamped in 2020 again, I think? Or was it 2019? I don't know. Speaking of 2019, let's go to it. Autumn Highway removed. It was silently removed with no mention of it whatsoever. And it was for allegations against the creator of the map, which were this year, in 2026, they finally confirmed that they were false. Meaning, the creator got all of that hate, disrespect, and other nonsense, maybe even death threats, who knows, for 7 motherfucking years. 7 years. Can you imagine? Everyone's hated on this person for 7 years. And only now, because Kulzak finally revealed that the mapmaker was not guilty of any of that stuff. It was all rumors. And rumors were apparently enough at the time to get someone's map removed. I don't know if this issue would persist in present day, because nowadays people just are more hesitant to believe the word of mouth. But back then, people believed the word of mouth to a T. So you could lie about everything and they would still believe you. It was crazy. Anyway, if the map test got crazy difficulty, I don't really want to talk about map test at the moment, so I'll just leave it be. Yeah, press sounds pitch up in order. I don't like this change whatsoever, but it's nothing like insanely bad or anything like it. It's probably the first change I don't like in this whole entire 4 years of development. Intro logos 3D. I personally liked the 2D a little more. But who cares? It doesn't exist anymore anyway, so it doesn't matter. I do wonder why. Bloxy skin and locking with coins. I remember going broke with coins after this update dropped. Man. 200 coins was too much. Let's be real. 10 gems was still cheaper. Even though it took way longer to get the 10 gems than it did 200 coins. You lock 3 rounds. 1 round rewarded about maximum of 6 to 7 coins if you beat it solo. So yeah, it would have taken you like 50 maps to get the amount of coins you needed for 3 rounds of luck to insane. It was not worth it. It was just not worth it. Simply not worth it. Also, I'm probably exaggerating. It wasn't 50 maps. It was like 20, maybe 30 maps at most. So yeah. The Bloxy skin was a code. It was also one of the most notable codes in the game's existence as well, as it was the first one to ever reward an item instead of gems, coins. You know, typical stuff. And I still have the skin till this day. I don't know if a lot of players nowadays have it still. Most of the players from this time period have already quit the game, so seeing the skin in the game is very much unlikely. Unless someone actually uses it, which most people won't. Because they don't like the old body package that the skin uses. Most players prefer blocky avatars, which is what most modern skins are made with. And I think that's the best option because obbies are mostly comfortable to play with blocky avatars. They show you the entire full hitbox of the character and it's a lot easier to do trickier jumps. But yeah, it was up to preference, I guess. The skin was good for its time. It's especially well comboed with Gold Trophy. Those two looked so peak. Alright. Gift currency to server. Got change, I guess. New items, nothing is unusual. Unique row server lobby. People went gawking about this lobby because of how crazy it looked. Just look at it. See? My only ick with this lobby was that you could not return to normal mode anymore because they removed the back teleporters to the game modes. It was a shame. Ghost players option, good update. Camera effects option, absolute fucking garbage. This feature did not need to exist. Granted, at the time of release, camera effects wasn't so bad. It got worse later on though. Also, it was free lag spike type feature. It just caused more lag for you. And I saw a lot of players using it for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it was their preference. Personally, I did not use it. I just didn't like it. I have tried a few times, but nah, I couldn't. Brand new UI for shop, I don't even remember what it looked like. Goes by options, lighting type change from legacy to compatibility. Nah, this one wasn't bad. Rainbow sword, big head, rainbow trail, and bees. Rainbow sword was the peakest item at the time when it dropped. It was so cool. Everyone wanted it. Crazy difficulty. We have finally reached where peak begins to start. Also, Insane Lock got renamed to Pro Lock because of this. Anyways, also at the time of the release, if you locked the lift, it would force, even if you survived the map solo, you would still be playing an insane map next because it was locked to insane. The only way to get crazy difficulty was if the next round would not be from the lock itself. Which is kind of funny. By the way, if you had reset on the same map after you had beaten it, and the next map would have been crazy. If you went outside the lift and went solo, and you pressed to lock the lift again, the crazy difficulty map just vanishes into thin air, and the next map is gonna be insane again. It was so fucking stupid and funny at the same time. That got fixed at some point later on. So, it was like a couple days later that it got fixed. Anyways. It got his own OST. Because it used Beneva Ruins OST before. Lava Sword, Molten Trail. Flood Trail, Acid Trail, Electricity, and Acid Sword. I could have sworn that all of these items were added on the same day. Apparently not, I guess. Of course I bought them all on the same day. Because I already had VAP by that point. Speaking of which, I bought VAP in about June 2019, so right about when Rainbow Sword released. Slightly before it. Because I remember I saved up specifically for it, first and foremost. And also the Rainbow Trail as well. Those were the first two items I spent huge amount of coins and gems on. Back then saving up gems was actually quite easy. Especially because VIP Game Pass still had a very OP glitch. The VIP speed glitch. And at the time there was also another, even stronger version of the glitch, which was the trophy tank speed glitch. And the reason it was stronger was because trophy tanks, when they released back in March 2018 and were first awarded to March leaderboard winners, they had weight on them, basically. basically in Roblox there was like this decentralized like item hitbox or something like that. When it is decentralized, you can use it to perform glitches. Very strong glitches. And this only got fixed in right about as I came back to the game and bought the VIP Game Pass. It was kind of sad that I missed out on it completely. But then again, you had to place in top 3 on the leaderboard to even be able to use this. Speaking of trophy tanks, in 2018, right as they were released to like March leaderboard winners, yeah, Crazy Blocks made a blunder and set them on prize for 1 coin each. At first, you wouldn't believe what I'm saying here, right? Well, that is until Lugia, the same person that was exposed for doing bad things, made a video about the Beneva Runes update, in which she literally showcased a friend of hers named Royfire27, who had all the trophy tanks. And he was the one who discovered this glitch and did all the math related to it. He's the one who found out about their strength, which is crazy. I met this guy in 2021, I think. I asked him a couple questions about it, and he did tell me he bought them for 1 coin each. I was like, what the fuck, bro? How? Apparently, it was a glitch. A mistake Crazy Blocks made, but it was quickly reverted, so I've only seen 2 users have trophy tanks without getting on top 3 of the leaderboard. 2. One I have met, the other one was just an image from another leaderboard grinder in the past. I don't know about that. Back on topic. Group buttons. In my opinion, this change at the time of release was honestly bad. Like, bad. I did not like it whatsoever. If a player has 12 players in the server, you had to have 4 players press a group button. Thankfully, the maps at the time were easy as shit, so it wasn't troublesome to beat all of them. So yeah, and that was pretty much what happened. And 2 days after, as you can see, chaos mode or 40 player limit in every button is a group 1. Yeah, this game mode was a joke. It was purely added to test the game's limits. Nothing else. It was so laggy, so unplayable, and so unenjoyable that it was laughable. It was a fucking joke. I don't know how people got upset that this game got removed. It stayed this exact same way. Well, except for the lag, it eventually got fixed. But it stayed that same way until its removal. Genuinely. The worst game mode ever invented, and people still had nostalgia for it because, well, people donated gems inside of it, so that's why people played in it so much. If not for that, they would have never touched the game mode at all. Also, it was abused for leaderboard grinding in 2021. Anyway. Button locator, in my opinion, this is quite useless. It just draws a line to the button. It doesn't exactly help you locate it much. Also, it causes extra lag. Oh no. It does, however, show you the exit location. So, in case the exit is not a visible block or an unidentified like location in the map, you can find it with this feature. But that's the only good thing about it. Buttons themselves, nah. Loading screen. It wasn't, I don't remember what this is. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember now. It was alright, I suppose. It wasn't terrible. Visibility of names. Not sure what this did. I don't remember. Spooky lobby. And items are back. This is when I bought the last remaining aura, which was Bat's aura. It costed 250 gems. It was pretty cool. Forgotten Tombs, Grave Closet, and Gloomy Manor had a ×2 chance of appearing. This is the most interesting and underrated change I've ever seen in this game's history. I personally think this change is brilliant. They should reuse this at some point in time. However, it's kind of sad that they don't. Because of map voting now, it's not really possible to make this work. But yeah. This was a one-time thing and it was really fun, in my opinion. Not sure what the community thought of it though. It's unique and it's interesting. That's the one thing that set this year of Halloween apart from the rest. New summer UI. I did not really like this one at the time. I'll be real. I did not really like it much. Crazy Blocks logo body for VIP, as I mentioned earlier. Start to pay Game Pass. I bought this when it came out for the second time. The first time it came, I did not buy it because I did not have Robux to do so. It was put on sale again in some point in 2021, I believe. That's when I first bought the Starter Pay Game Pass, because it went back on sale for some reason. I wonder if they'll do that again someday. Because I'm sure there are people who desire this item. Yep, it gives a rainbow. Vaporwave trail. It used to have a synthwave sun on it before. Nowadays it doesn't have it anymore. It got removed because of how obscure it looked. So, these are live and buttons pressed. Yeah. This change is good. Very good. Useful. New items. I think one of these items at the time caused the speed glitch. I don't remember. Oh yeah, the mini moon. Yeah. The only problem with it was you couldn't swim. It's the same issue that trophy tanks had prior to June 2019 when they finally got fixed. So you got a speed glitch for free without having to even do anything, use emotes or anything like that. You just equip the item and you got a speed glitch on the spot. The only downside was you had to equip it if you wanted to swim in the section. Otherwise you would just drown, because you couldn't get out of the water. Empty map this changes. Well, anyway. This video is gonna be so long, probably way too long. So, instead of yapping about like every change, I'll just go over the ones I find the most interesting instead. Boombox Game Pass. This update was really underwhelming, I won't lie. Boombox itself, it's fine as a Game Pass. Too bad Roblox had to ruin it. New lighting type, shadow map. I despised this update. It made it impossible for me to play fucking game. If I used high detail, the maps were too dark. If I used low detail, they were too bright. It was never in between. It was terrible. New lift system with new music. The music I don't like. The lift system, it's iffy, honestly. I actually kind of liked the old lift before. It was a lot better. You could see who's in the lift and who isn't. You had a better view of the lobby as well. With this lift, you didn't. You were restricted to a small window. Frankly, it still sucks till this day. Like, please update that. I beg you. New menu system. This menu sucked balls, bro. You had to click a button, then half your screen was covered with other buttons. Who approved of this dog water design? Well, Crazy Blocks did. But thankfully, it was eventually fixed and made different. Current UI is peak. Trust. Except for minor issues we won't mention right now. Lobby OST change. I didn't really like this either. I like the old OST much better. It's opinion based, so it's just objective. Manor's lava pit. They removed the ladder. You couldn't climb out of it anymore. And if you fell down there, you would actually die. So yeah. That was half a year wait for this, by the way. For the most underwhelming update in 2020. Half a year. Looking back at this is just simply comical. Because this isn't the first time that's gonna happen. Alright, then we move to November. Yeah. Crazy. We got one update within 11 months of the entire year. One. It's simply comical how this is the case. Anyways. New map, Mar Dreams. Honestly, pretty lazy map. Not gonna lie. When I first played it, I really didn't find this map that engaging. It's an easy map, but why does it have acids? I can't answer this question. Lobby redesign. I don't know for this. I think it redesigned the lobby. Got a little uglier than it did before. I think. I don't remember. Doesn't matter too much. New hard map, Fallen. The worst map in history. Nothing more to say about that. Aim lock for mobile devices. Finally, mobile players can use shift lock. Finally. After 4 years since the game's release, they can finally use shift lock. Well, 3, I guess, at the time. Map voting system. When it released, I didn't like it. And I still kinda don't. It's preference. I grew to make use of it at some point later on. But yeah. This was massively abused for leaderboard grinding though. Believe me. This is a good change. Increase the price of unlocking recent played maps from 20 to 60. Yeah. This change didn't benefit the leaderboard grinders at all. Sunken Citadel. Fine map. Construction Full. I love this map. It's great. The gameplay is fun and real playable. Left redesign again. Again, I don't know why. Uploading UI. Click for players, as if you're ring or sir, place ambient sound. It still works the same way till this day. Voice chasm. Good. Good. Density system. Controversial change. Honest opinion. It frankly is the worst feature ever added. This one is fine. Another lobby redesigned. Again, I don't know what it looked like. Remove prologue. Yippee. Rest in peace. One of the worst updates ever. Anyways, join tab so you can join your friends in any mode. This update is great. Eligibility to completing all the same maps. Bad. Bad change. Terrible change. Why? Exploiters got free access to pro servers. Just like that. They hack for like 10 minutes, beat all insanes, and instantly hop on pro servers to exploit there. What was the thought process? I have no idea. Genuinely. No idea. Bare Oasis. Good. Title screen. People loved it. I don't care. Personally, I found it like pretty annoying to have to click multiple buttons to enter the game. I just wanted to hop on the game immediately instead of have to press a stupid button to play. And I'm already loaded into the server I'm in. Why? Just why? No emote. This emote summarizes my experience with the title screen. Density, yada yada. Where physics, animation, UI tweaks. Revamp construction flow. I don't know why it got revamped so quickly. Speed glitch fix. It was not fixed. There was still a method that worked. It required a luck with FPS, but it still worked. I think. I don't remember which method it was. But it was still possible after this update. I remember that. Anti-exploit. This one sucks. No cliff thing also sucks because I don't even know what this means. Overall, these anti-exploit measures did not work. They were punishing normal players. Bad. Just bad. It was not fixed. It took a couple more updates to actually be fixed. Stackable intensity boost. Fine feature. So be it. That's fine. It still works this way today. They added a cap to it of 5 boosts max. I think in Chaos Service it was 10 boost max. I don't remember. Now, but locking costs 10 coins less. Good, I guess. Map with boosts can be stacked. I don't care. This feature does not bother me. All maps access, the best game pass in the game. I bought it immediately as it came out. Did not hesitate. In-game timer. Good feature. probably the best thing added. Loading screen appearance, group buttons, get 20 XP, this is good. This is also good. Also good. Albeit nowadays it is changed to appear with a text when you press a button, which is better than clogging up the button UI with 20 XP written on it. I'll just give you 2017 release. People played it for like the first week, and the game died after. So yeah. I made one video on it before, so yeah. I even used it for another video later on. So it's another revamp, another index split measure, times intensity boost. It initially thought this game was just trash, but I ended up buying it anyway. Now it's off sale and it's overpowered. Who knew that would happen? Tick split no longer kills, that's the good change. But this is the bad part. It teleported you straight into lava. Not a safe location at all. Settings now save. One of the best features ever. I think there was a wall jump issue where you couldn't get on wall jumps at that time. So yeah, that was fixed. Beneath Ruins used to have like, and Beneath Ruins wall jumps were impossible to do. That was a bug apparently. I don't have any video of it, but yeah. To be honest, every map in the game had broken at some point. Some did become impossible to beat at a certain time. But yeah, pulsating walls and shit. That was broken for half a year. Got fixed. Third Oasis revamp. Rescue missions. Good update. It was actually really nice when it was brand new. It appeared like every couple rounds and you'd get a gem for rescuing it. And since maps weren't really difficult, it was actually good. The magmatic mines, another good change. Complete all but one insane. Again, terrible. And it still is the same way till this day, which is trash. Wall jump issue finally got fixed, beat glitch patch. It was sad to see it go, but that is what it is. Agility update. I remember my friend hated sliding so much he quit the game on the spot. It was funny as hell. Anyways, personally I think these mechanics really made FE2 feel more diverse and fun to play. A lot more engaging, rather than just press space to jump. It actually required you to think, and it also made maps much more interesting. Wall jump texture update, that was good. Updating 19 maps to fit rescue missions into them. These two maps were buffed to the extreme for some reason. And the shortcuts patched and removed, that was sad. Button lag fix, sliding areas, wall jump, yada yada yada. This change was terrible. This change was good. But because of this change, it was terrible still, because you were still paying money for absolutely nothing. Luckily, a couple updates later got changed. So, Metaverse Champions event, Lost Pages. Good update. I love this event. It was good. Lost Pages added to movies maps. Which was pretty nice. I liked it. Camera effects update, bug fixes. Second error added. EP tag. Wasn't mandatory, but that's nice to know. It'll help identify exploiters who had wasted money on the game to get banned. This was not fixed. It still works with some sort of macro slash auto clicker. Remove community maps teleport. Unfortunate, but it has returned, I think. No, it hasn't returned, but you can still teleport to the main game from community maps, however. This was a bad change. This is a terrible change. This change makes sense, but it's the reason that the leaderboard got removed in the first place. Because all the grinders were forced into public service. That was not very smart, I won't lie. But it was the quickest solution ever. So, what to expect? Players display names. Yeah, good update. Or should I say bad? I don't know. New code. Goals menu. Monthly XP progress is nice. Daily prologue and progress. Doesn't matter too much. This one's good. Iron system is. These rewards are mid. Zipline fix. And our board removed. Unfortunate. Map events. Welcome to the worst update ever. This map event was terrible. I did not like it. It was good for grinding XP though, if the server had sweaty players in it. Lumen revamp was good. Risky missions to the map event. This was a terrible change. I guess this is an alright change. However, this change makes this change a terrible one. And because it's scaled by 10% per rebirth, it was really hard to level up. Collector badge. If you make what as the only player return, the mission will be skipped. This change was good. I don't know why it got removed though. Meh. Meh. I don't know. It's alright, I guess it rewards XP now. But being converted into map event was stupid. Luckily it's not a map event anymore. Good. Good. I don't know. Don't remember what it did. This was dumb. Speed Bust Weekend's best update ever. Still is till today. Plus Chasm revamp. Boost multiplier applies to the monthly leaderboard. It applied to it before being mentioned in this. So, or did it not apply? I don't remember exactly. This change pissed people off, I think. This is a stupid change. Glad it got removed. This is a good change. Good change. This is a good fix for the timer. Oh yeah. It only became good after it became the goal locator. It was as when it was just button locator. Occasion of exit once all buttons are pressed. Yep. Good. Then the markers turn gray when a collider goodness button press. Good change. I don't know if this was a good change or not. It looks more pleasing aesthetically. That's good. This was a good fix. Anyways, there isn't really much. This is when I finally got the start back. He ran out of ideas what to do, so he just brought it back. As form of a weekly update, I guess. This feature was scrapped later on. First it was really strong, you could actually see it. Now the only way this feature works is by freaky mode. Who knew? I won't bother. This one is okay. This is peak. Good. 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 Bad. Terrible change. One of the worst. It did not prevent people from using alt accounts to simply fulfill this requirement and get XP anyway. This change is stupid. I don't know what this did. Very sad to see this go. Oh boy, this difficulty in 2021. Dang. Overall, a cool update. Blindy's items are really good. They're probably some of the most well-made items in the game. And Pro server and chaos servers. Leaderboard XP disabled, Xbox borders, mass blocked for server exclusivity. Pro servers were not affected. Only chaos servers were affected by this change. Man, this video is gonna be so long. I'll just speedrun the next 3 remaining years or so. Jump trophy and coin trophy. These were added solely to run players like be broke. That's their whole purpose. Daily challenges. New skins. Speaking of which, we still don't have this skin in the game. No, we do have this skin, but we don't have Northern Workshop. What happened there? Or was it this one? I don't remember. One of these we didn't get. That's all I know. Till this very day, I think. In fact, we didn't get new map skins for the new permanent maps either, so that's kind of sad. This change is stupid. Cool. This is a good change. Eh. It's funny, got removed and brought back as an item pack. Like, what? Yeah, got revamped. Finally got revamped. Good. At least it requires 30 levels. This is the best change to group buttons ever since they came out. Codes, these were the best codes ever. Especially this one. Three new maps, this was a good update. Random group button events. I don't know, this event is stupid. You might as well have kept this one. Trash. Cool, but it's broken now. Cool, but this part sucked balls. Why? Why did you re-add this? Why? This solves nothing. I hate this map event. This is a waste of money. The items were mid. 2 new badges. Good. This change is good. Trash. Fog event. The most mediocre event ever. Exploding buttons. Another mediocre event. Thankfully, it got replaced with another map event. Chaotic buttons event, yeah. 3 new daily challenges. All of them went mid. Press all buttons in the skip zone with 4+ players. This was completable by not pressing all the buttons. That's that for 2022. 2023. Let's go. Next time increase from 180 to 240, so the maps can be 3 minutes long. Northern Mill and Toxic Woods were added, air dive mechanic, report snapshot UI and system. Overall, this update is good. People were just mad these maps were Risk and Soft Poisonous Forest and Northern Workshop. Nobody gives a shit at this point in time. This change was unnecessary. Well, kinda was, but it's annoying now on Crazy Pluses and Crazy Maps. Highlights, I guess. Holy shit, this was a terrible choice of maps for the very first highlights. Desert Ruins especially. The Volcanic Mines was fine, I guess. It got lately nerfed when it got re-added as a permanent. Our stations is fine. It's stations, not station. So custom flood colors. I bought this game pass and I forgot I had it. Nobody really plays this mode anymore. Also, all the glitches were patched recently, apparently, by Roblox. Or Crazy Blocks. Intentional. I don't know. It got buffed again, which is not any better. This was a slightly better selection of maps. ×2 vote boost, the most useless game pass of all time. I still haven't bought it and I'm not planning to. This one's good. Our slide is terrible. Gold chat tag for VIP server owners. This does not exist. It just doesn't. Stupid change. Even dumber change. Even more dumb change. Good change. Meh. Terrible change. Killed speedrunning. Good. Thank fuck Desert Ruins was gone. Anyway. New islets, yada yada yada. 63 badges. Peak. Best update ever. Added stats. That's also great. Title screen removal. It's good. It did not do this. April Fool's maps, clogged toilet, castle tides. Not much to comment there. Both maps were beaten and verified. Albeit this map can only be beat in the multiplayer. Most of this year was just highlights. 7 new badges, which is just login streaks. There's automated Halloween and winter event lobbies, so you don't have to wait for him to manually update the game for them to be implemented once the clock strikes midnight in the UK on December 1st and October 1st. The lobby will automatically, in new service, will change to these. And whatever other seasons they've implemented will bring back items on sale, I think. Some items we can boost. This one's a very good change. This one is also alright. This was stupid, but it prevented a glitch called slide glide. It was called slide glide. It was the most retarded name I've ever heard. I personally called it like slide hop more. It actually made a lot more sense because you use the sliding animation to hop up. Or dive hop, I think it was dive hop. Whatever. I'm not reading all of this crap. So that's 2023. 2024 was just mostly highlights and a lot of other confusing changes. The whole page is just highlights until March when they added 72 new items. Increased FOV to 90. Good option. Absolutely abhorrent change. Retarded thing. 73 was no better than 60, let's be real. Crazy Pluses came out by the way, so yeah, best update of 2023, I guess. That's a good change. This one was good. More highlights. They removed featured page. I don't know why. We could have kept featuring new stuff there every once in a while, or put stuff on discounts or etc. Something like that. This is a good change. Too bad I spent money before they got lowered. I don't think people really cared too much. Cool. More highlights. So what this does. Community maps, community maps. The first login added items. So cool. Daily bonus increases. Cool. This change is good. Season FE2 player badge. Terrible idea. Terrible. I mean, in normal mode, it's fine. Removed the game modes. They did nothing in the first place, so yeah. O mode is the current system still, I think. Which isn't that great. I hate these challenges. Meh. At least it removed these two. Terrible. I don't even remember if this is actually the way it is now. Probably isn't anymore. Alright, maybe it is. I forgot. This is a terrible change. Pirate service intensity reason symbol. That's a good one at least. I don't know what that is. It's $6.99, not $5.99. Well, it is 6 actually. Well, yeah, whatever. Alright, highlights. Community map types now we have. Good change. Bad change. Good change. Very good. Good change. Good change, I guess. Stupid. I don't know if this is still a thing. I don't know if this is a thing. Don't know. Pretty sure we can't play the game anymore. Not that I know. Snapshot, disable snapshots with inserts one player. I don't even know if this is a thing. Dive clipping, nice. Version 62. Top donate the batch certified donator. Donator trophy. A greedy decision, I won't lie. Good thing I got away with spending less than 30 euros on this. Unlike some of my friends or some other people who spent over $100 for it. It was a disaster. I'm glad that the leaderboard got removed. It was terrible. Also, speaking of which, normal leaderboards were also removed at the start of 2024. And still I have yet to get a replacement. So, here, I don't know, these changes are good probably. Got nominated but didn't win. You got beaten by I'll be on your, but you're on a bike, and Towerville. It's a shame. Ito got beaten the next year as well, so that was disappointing. I don't know, there isn't much to cover here. This change is good. This change is good. This is stupid. It wasn't fixed. Well, it was fixed now, but not in 2024. This thing's fixed, good. Well, added all of these maps permanently. Not the greatest idea ever. Out of the man. Instead of doing all of this crap. This was the greatest choice, but the reward increase definitely paid off. This change was the best one, but the fact that we were forced to sit with an FPS cap of 60 FPS for half a year was stupid. That's a change. This change is the best one. Wiki mode is That's a good change. These are good, but you can't use them without Roblox chat, so I wish this was implemented as well, the FPS counter anyway would be added as a separate option in the menu. This was terrible. That's it for 2024. 2025. Well, it was just mainly highlights, some other changes. This was the best update in 2025, no doubt. Best one. Hands down. The rest of these updates are Flood Pass, also another good change. This change is good. That's a good fix. And yeah, that was it for 2025. Went over it in like 10 seconds because there's hardly anything to go over. And 2026 has only Flood Pass Season 2. And that's it. There's nothing else worth talking about. So yeah, on that note, I'm gonna end this video. Sorry for torturing you for like over an hour. I myself got exhausted talking about this. I'm sorry to put you through this. I regret doing it myself too. And anyways, I hope that future updates of this game are gonna be better than whatever this stuff was. Like, compare the early years of the game and compare like 22 to 2024. with stagnation and good updates. Like, it was mostly balance changes, sure, but most of them were not great. Let's be realistic. 2025 and 2026 is just playing it safe at this point. They're just trying not to make anything bad happen. And that's where their problem is. If they didn't play it safe and started more experiments, heck, add a feature, test if it works with the big chunk of players. If they say they like it, then keep it. It's that simple. If they say they don't like it, but if you want to know why, ask for feedback, they'll provide you with reasons as to why they don't like it, and you can remove it or improve it. That also works. So yeah, I'm not gonna yap on any longer than I already have. This video might be really tedious to watch. So if you made it here, I salute you, bro. And I'm sorry for all of this torture you went through to get here. Have a good one.